Hi guys, welcome back to the skate line. In today's video, we're going to be putting together a new board. My name is Jonah and this is Gabe. He's going to be helping me today. So yeah, let's get to it. Alright, some of the pieces you're going to be needing to build a new skateboard is a deck, of course. I bought this at CCS, the website. You can just go online and get it. This is an 8 and yeah, it's pretty good. It's just a blank. No graphics, but you can buy graphics. You can get whatever you want for that. 8s are good for like ramp skating. I personally like 8s the most, but 775 is good if you're going for like flip tricks or just street skating. But yeah, I like going for 8s, but it's your opinion. And then we also have wheels. I also got this at CCS. These are 54 millimeters. I personally like 54s because they last longer. And yeah, they're just a little bit bigger. Gabe doesn't like 54s. Everybody has a different opinion. He rides 52 millimeters, and you can pick any one. They're all fine. And you need bearings. I got Bones Super Reds. You could get that at any skate shop. You'll find bearings. And then also, of course, grip tape. When you're buying on CCS online, it comes with free grip tape. So yeah, that's a good bonus, but going to your local skate shop is really good. They can definitely help you out if you're not sure what you want to buy. But yeah, you're also going to need trucks. These are actually just old trucks. I don't usually replace my trucks because they last for a really long time. These are really good. These are Independents, so yeah, they work fine. I've had these for like almost 2 years and they're still working perfectly fine. But yeah, those are pretty much all the pieces you're gonna be needing. And yeah, a few of the tools you're gonna be needing is an electric screwdriver. Now, I would recommend using one if you have one, but you don't really need one. It just makes the job easier. No matter what, you're gonna be needing manual screwdrivers. And like I said, manual screwdrivers. You're gonna need an X-Acto knife like this, and a socket racket, just like this, and a couple of different size sockets to match the size of your skateboard tools. And that's pretty much it for the tools. Alright, so the first step to putting together the board is putting on the grip tape. Now, I'm gonna just show you all the steps and then we'll speed it up for the actual process. So, the first step is you gotta make sure it's fully lined up with the board. And you don't want it at all off because that's really easy to do if you're just thinking of laying it on. But you gotta make sure it all lines up perfectly and you get it right past the board on both sides. It's not gonna be short on one side, it has to be perfect. And another thing is you have to be really patient laying this on because it's really easy to get air bubbles inside. And you really don't want to do that because it just makes the board uneven. And then once you actually have this on, or actually for putting it on, you're going to start on one side and slowly just press to the side on each side and just go to the side and the side and just make sure you're getting the whole board so there's no bubbles at all. And then you just keep going across the whole board till the end of the board. And then once it's on, then you're going to use a screwdriver like this, and then you're gonna get the outline of the board by sanding it across at like just like this, and that'll get the outline of the board once it's on so that you can see exactly where to cut. And then once you have the full outline, you've sanded it all so that it'll appear like a white shape of a board. And then once you do that, you're gonna get the X-Acto knife like this, and then you're gonna go in at the board and slowly just cut off the grip tape. Now you want to go at like a 45-degree angle towards the board and just slowly just make sure you're getting the full thing and you're not getting like a jagged cut. And that's pretty much it. Now we're gonna go to time lapse now, and I'm just gonna put it all on. You can just watch that and then do it yourself. Alright, so we finished that up, and it's really good to have someone to help you put it on. It helps a lot. And yeah, so we finished that up, and I think there's a couple spots where it was a little bit jagged, which that's fine. And you could also sand that down with like a screwdriver just to get out all the little kinks here. But other than that, it turned out pretty good. And next up, we're gonna take off the trucks from this board, so yeah. All right, so next step is we're gonna be taking off the trucks of this old skateboard. And for this step, we're gonna be needing a screwdriver. We're gonna use the electric one, but you don't need the electric one. And also a socket ratchet. Now, I'm gonna put this into the bolt like this, and you're also gonna make sure you have the right size socket like this that fits to your bolt, and this size fits for me. So I'm gonna place this in like this, and then hold it firmly like that. And now Gabe is gonna press it in just like this and unscrew it. And now this came out, and then you can just poke this right through. And then that's the first one. And you can just do that same step on all four. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and time-lapse this again, and we'll move on to the next step. All right, so the next step is gonna be taking off the wheels of the trucks. And you're gonna use the same tool for this one as you did for taking off the trucks. And what you're gonna do is switch out the socket first, because it's gonna have a different size than the one for the other bolt. But all you have to do is switch it out. And make sure you get the right size socket that fits perfectly into here, because it has to be the right size. And then all you do is just hold on to the truck like this, and then place this right in to the bolt and start unscrewing. Now it might take a little while, but it should be pretty soon. And boom, it's off like that. And you're gonna do the same thing for each wheel. And yeah, let's keep going. All right, so we got the wheels off the trucks, so we don't need anything on this board anymore. So we're gonna set this aside. And now we're gonna be putting in the bearings into these new wheels. So I forgot to mention we're gonna be needing a rubber mallet. Sorry, I forgot about that. And the bearings, and also we're gonna be using a socket, okay? So let's get started. Get out these bearings, and we got 4 sets of nice bearings. Now we're gonna place this in just like this, and then we're gonna put on this socket, and we're gonna hit this in. All right, and now we're gonna do it on the other side as well. And also, if you're wondering which side goes out, it's going to have little words on there, and it's going to say whatever it's going to say, but you don't want to put the wrong way, so make sure of that. All right, so now we're going to do a time lapse of this, and we're actually going to move it down to the cement because it's really banging things up, so yeah, let's get it. All right, so we got this all in, and you got to make sure you hammer it really hard and get it all the way in. And a good way to test is putting it on your old truck or any truck that you have, just like sliding it into here, just like that, and then spinning it. And if it spins well like this, then you know it's gonna work. And you can test all of them and see if some spin less well than others, then you can punch that one in a little bit more, but this one seemed like a little bit, so we're gonna do this one a little bit more. And same thing, all you have to do is just hit it, and yeah, and that should have helped it a little bit. If not, then we can hit it a little bit more. It seems a little better. So that's how you can test if it's all good. And just if you want to know, it's going to be about that far in. That's good amount in. So yeah, those are the bearings and the wheels. And next up, we're going to put it on the trucks. All right, so next step, you gotta find the socket that matches again, and this one is the one that matches in this one. So we're gonna be putting the wheels onto the trucks. Now, if you had old trucks, you're gonna already have these rings here, but if you're buying new ones, they should come with them. Usually they do, or maybe you're just gonna have to buy some hardware, but you can definitely find these at like skate shops and stuff. Now you're gonna take a ring and you're just gonna slide it in onto the truck, just like that. And then you're gonna get your wheel. Make sure like the writing or stuff is on the outside of it. And then grab another. And then slide it right in. And once you have that, you're gonna now grab a bolt from your last wheel, or you can buy more hardware. And you're just gonna get it on like this. And now we're gonna screw it in. All right, so one more thing is when you're screwing this part in, you gotta make sure you're not too far in or it's not gonna spin well. You gotta spin it up just the right amount so it's tight and it's not gonna fall off or anything, but it can still make sure the wheel spins fine. All right, now we're gonna fast forward and do this, but you're gonna do the same exact process for each wheel. And just same thing, make sure these are pointing out, put the ring in, and then put the other ring in, get the bolt and screw it in. So the next step is getting these screws in here. So you can take two. And all you're gonna do is hold the board sideways so they don't fall out and just pop these right in like so. And then once you have all of them in, you're just gonna grab the truck and place it right in. Now you gotta make sure this kingpin is facing inwards like this so that they're both facing inward. You do not wanna have it this way, that's backwards. Okay, so now I'm gonna place this in here like this. Gotta make sure they're all lined up. It's a little tricky. Could you lift this? Yeah. All right, so we got them all in. And once you do that, you're gonna grab a bolt and make sure you find the one that fits again, the socket that fits, and place it right in. Now we're gonna make sure the fully flat side, and probably a little cleaner, is facing inwards like this. All right, so I'm gonna place this in like so, and it's the same exact thing as we did earlier. We're just gonna hold it in like this. Can I go? Yeah. All right, that's almost in. Just gotta.
Okay, tell me when to stop.
And go.
That's way too.
And that's in. Now, once you do that, that's pretty good. Just make sure it's fully in. And then you can do the same exact process on the next one. All right, so one thing you gotta make sure is that you're not sinking this in too deep because that could strip it. But what you wanna do is start with the electric, if you have one, and then just go till it's a little bit out still, and then you can hand screw it. So let's place this bolt on, and you can go ahead and and now you can go ahead and hand screw it, but I'm still gonna hold this here. So you just gotta make sure it's flat with the board, and you don't want it too far out, but you also don't want it too far in. So almost there, and that's good. Now it's pretty flat with the board. and we got half of the truck. So we're gonna time lapse the rest of this, and let's get to it. All right, we are all done. Thanks for watching. We had a little bit of trouble with one of them, so we just had to hold it in place with a needle nose plier, but you can always do that. And hopefully your skateboard turned out as well, and now we get to try it out.